Okay. Coffee. We are here. Hi.
Hello.
We're together.
We're together. Which one do you prefer, though?
This is true.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Or do you like the mix-up?
Because there's
Keep you on your toes.
We just can't. We don't have the time.
I haven't been on TikTok in a few days either, so I'm sure I'm missing a lot of life.
You know, I will send you things. And I know you send me things. Have I watched your things yet? No. Because I look at it and I have like 85. I was like, okay.
It's our friendship.
This is
like
true.
It's the day when you're like, I just need to know how she felt about me this week. And you see like all these variety things. You're like, fuck yes.
That's why I'll message, like, I won't react to any, and I'll just message like,
done. Yeah, you'll be like caught up. I'm like, yes.
Because there's times where I just get caught up in my own feed. And
Same.
then I'll just send, and then most of the time, half of what I send you, you've already sent me. I was like, well.
Oh, well. Yeah, I know sometimes we have crossover. I'm like, oopsies. Well, or I'll just send it back to you if it's like a friend one.
Yeah.
And you send it to me, I'll just send it right back to you. I'm like, oh, same.
Yep.
I won't like type like same.
No,
I just like send it back to you. Like,
I know.
Watch it again. You know? But think about me sending it to you this time.
I keep looking and I'll go and I'm like, that is so much. Okay.
Okay.
I need to get caught up. I need to see what's going on.
This weekend, before or after we deep clean, you can get caught up on, because I'll probably send you like 40 tonight.
Oh, probably.
So, but also, you want to play Repo tonight?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yes. That just made my day.
Because like last night we were thinking about playing and I was just like, I needed to get Killian into bed, and then I was editing, so I was like,
Jax went to bed, and then Chris came up, and he was like, hey, Canna wants to play Repo. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, say less.
Pull my
These
arm.
motherfuckers kept dying. Like, I'm the one carrying the group in that situation. Exactly.
What?
I got them to level 3, and I was like, okay, we should pause and, like, save the game. And they were like, no, let's keep going. And I
like,
was,
we gonna die.
little, like, knife hands came out. And I know why you call the yoinker dude, because he goes, yoink! Yeah, I hadn't heard it before.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, yoinker dude.
Yes. And he just, and then his...
the like, breathing, you're like, get away from me.
Like, stop it. I'm out of stamina too. Maybe don't yoink me.
We'll have to post, like, Repo clips.
Oh my God, it's so much fun.
At some point. We'll just put them on the podcast TikTok and be like...
Just for funsies.
Here's what we do when we're not talking about books.
Honestly.
Or reading.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, well...
But today...
today we are back with Unravel Me.
My favorite. My favorite of the series.
Yeah, back with Becca Mack. Also, my favorite of the Playing for Keeps series.
Yep.
This one's Adam.
He's so sweet. So, like, even starting off, we find out everything in the first book of, like, who these people are.
Yes,
except for Jackson. Jackson wasn't there in the first book yet.
But he was in the second.
Yes.
And you get to learn more about Jackson in this book. But, yeah, you kind of already know about, who Adam is.
Yeah.
We're just, like, blushing. I'm over here, like...
He's the one... where he wants a long-term relationship. He wants to be
romance.
Loved. He wants the family.
He doesn't want the one-night stands.
No.
He does not want what Carter used to be and what Jackson are.
Yes.
Like, he wants the dog, the house, the family, like, the kids. Like, he wants
He's so sweet.
love. Like...
And we'll say, like, we forgot to, like... Because we're focusing on just the people themselves and not so much, like, fully what's going on in the book with the other guys. But Adam...
There's a lot of intertwining.
Yes.
So.
We'll say, like, in the first book with Carter, Adam was in there. There was a lot going on with him as well. Mm-hmm. Because he was in, a 7-year relationship with Courtney?
Yeah.
Since, like, high school.
Yeah, like, high school. And it was, like, super fucking toxic. Like on and off. And, like...
He was like, this is the love of my life.
Yeah.
And, like, starting from high school,
Poor Adam.
like, she was with him before the hockey fully like took off for his career.
Yep. So it was like with him when he was broke, like
everything
on the come up.
But then he gets into hockey, and then she's like, "Oh, I don't have to work. I'm just gonna be at your house, but also I'm gonna bitch and moan because you're never here because of travel." And he's like, "What the fuck?
Like you knew what you were walking into with me." And
Courtney's a fucking
poor Adam.
A word I'm not gonna say on here because I bet you anything it'll get fucking flagged. But I see you next Tuesday.
Oh, I was like, bitch, will get us flagged.
Oh hell no!
Okay, but the see you next Tuesday
maybe,
will.
Maybe, especially if we post like clips and shit. I don't know. I'm being cautious.
Be cautious.
But I have big mad words for her.
She broke Adam. Like she broke this man. I mean, we find out that like Adam walked in on her in his bed with another man, and that is like the dirtiest thing you can do.
Yep,
and like, at least in my opinion, that's like one of the grossest things you can do.
Like he got rid of the like furniture. He was like, "There's no fucking way," and then she tries to come in, like, and this was all within Consider Me, I believe. Yeah, like she tries to come in and like the team is helping him like kind of get shit together and like helping him in general, being there for him. And she tries to come in and be like,
I want you. And like, no, get out, woman.
Yes.
Like everybody hates Courtney. Yeah. Especially Kara.
Oh my God.
The way I relate to Kara so much. Because like, I'm not a bitchy person.
No.
But if you piss me off, that is when it's like...
Well, you've seen me get pissed.
Right. And like, I turn into like a different person when I'm angry. And I turn into Kara in the book almost.
Like, when you had your one situation and seeing you, I was like, I'm so proud of you.
the Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Dude, that's when I have like reached the level of pissed. But, like, I reached a level of piss that I was like, I don't give a fuck, man. Like, I don't give a fuck.
I was so proud. I was just smiling and you just...
Dude, even my sister was crying. And she was like, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, because I can be a bit of a pushover. I give people lots of chances. Yeah. But this was like...
See, I'm a one and done. I know, like, people, you can get a second chance. I'm like, you really have to fucking prove yourself. And that takes a lot. Yes. Because I am one to hold grudges. It fuels me with happiness. Okay?
The grudges fuel
There's this lady on TikTok who I want to open up a grudgery. I want to hold the grudges for you.
I will.
Like, I'm so, especially if like someone I care about and I love, like, I will hold that grudge.
You will hold grudges for me too. And I do love that. And I'll even kind of be over it and you're like, no, we are not over it. And I'm like, you know what?
You're right.
I'm okay with it, but I'm still mad about it.
Yeah.
You're right.
I just wanted to do that. That's why it's like reading with this and like what she did to Adam and doing all that shit. I was just like, nope, she's dead to me. Dead. I hate her. But like, she's been a bitch. Like, cause Courtney kind of comes in throughout the books.
The impression that she makes every time is pretty bitchy and gross.
Because she's like, get over it. Like, we had all these time together. Yeah, he's like, exactly.
Yeah, and you fucked it up. Like, it's your problem. I'm not gonna do that. And like,
no. And there's times where she did come in, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Like, he had a party. She decided to come in.
Yeah, he's like,
and he was like, "The devil's here!" And like, run.
And Adam is such like the golden boy. He's not like
he's the
out
goalie.
Partying. Yeah, he's the goalie.
The sweetie.
But he's like such a golden boy. Like, he's not like a troublemaker. Like, he's like known as the most eligible bachelor. Like, he's always in like the media with like, who is Adam gonna be with? Like who
they broke up, so now he's finally
single
free.
And like, yeah, so this like is like his fresh start, right? And we kind of see that in the previous books.
Like, he goes through a little depression, like, okay, totally makes sense. Yes. There for you. But then like the team helps him out, and then he tries to go on these dates, like with this book.
And the media is just like suffocating him.
Yeah.
And like, because like they'll post a photo and like the dates aren't also going well, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, and like he takes him to a specific restaurant because he knows the chef. Or like the waiter, like they know this, so like he knows that if a lot of these dates are like, where do you vacation? Like, what do you have like, here? Like,
what
it's
kind
all about
of cars
his money.
do you have? Yeah, it's not like they don't care about him.
No. And so he'll tell the waiter, like, if I give you the signal, or like if I order a specific bottle of wine.
Yeah, like I'm done here.
Tell me,
basically.
he has to come to the table and be like, "Oh, the chef wants to meet
you in the back, so he can go like get a break and like."
And then goes out the back door and leaves them.
I'm gonna ghost this bitch.
Yes.
So
I mean, good for you though. Like he stopped going on what was it, Tinder for a little bit. Like he's like, I'm done. I'm just gonna
focus on me.
It'll happen when it happens.
Yeah, and
it does. Out of the blue.
Yeah, like he's hiking with his dog Bear, and it's cute because like this like hiking path seems to be like near like this vet place.
Yeah.
Because he meets Rosie. And she's like also walking with this dog that's like super skittery. I can't remember the dog's name.
Oh, me neither. But like it's a vet clinic, but also like for adoption. And so she's not a vet yet. She's working she's going to be schooling to do that. But there's this specific pupper that doesn't like men. Super skittish, but loves her.
Yeah,
so
loves walks.
Oh,
like loves this hike, like specifically.
Yes.
Like was like jumping when they got out and
just so happy and sweet.
Yeah. And like so we're hearing about Rosie, and you're like, oh, this is adorable. Well, she loves dogs and like animals, and like Adam has a dog
and has a son.
Yeah, she does have Connor, and he's like a year old.
Yeah.
But she's not like super. She doesn't really like say anything right away.
No. Well, I mean, and I think that's why like I super loved her too, because she's holding that close. Because a lot of times, because she's been on dates too, and whenever
she says that,
the second the kid is brought up, and it's like, but she doesn't want Connor to meet anybody unless it's going to be.
Yes, like legitimate.
Yeah, which I'm like,
hell yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's how. That's how I did it personally.
Yeah.
Like I took time for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I went on dates, and I was like,
"Did you though?"
Fuck this. Yes, I did. I went on dates with like a few people.
Okay.
And then I started just going on dates with Chris.
Okay.
But those dates were like, hey, we're not dating. We both just got out of some serious shit. Let's just like hook up a bunch.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's.
And then I was like. Well, I was like, I got feelings.
That's right.
And he was like, me too. And I was like, oh, cool. And then COVID happened. And we, you know, but like, I didn't introduce Jax for like 7 months after we were like serious. Like, you know, like I was like, this has got to be, I got to know.
You weren't going to try and go through all that. And I think that's why I really liked how she wrote these books. Because it's like that.
It was so relatable. Like, and I think that's why I like this book a lot. Because like, I related to that and like quite a bit, right? Like I didn't want just some dude. Like I needed somebody that understood me. Yes. And I was like, oh, I have that person. And like I just need to be like open with them, right? And like tell them. And
I think
like
it's so funny because like
risk it for the biscuit, you know?
And I knew because like when we first met him, it was at the
golf outing. Yeah.
And I was pregnant and everything. And I just remember like you brought him in because you're telling me like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring him. I was like, okay, all right, I gotta meet
this man.
And me being my pregnant hormones. I was like, I don't know.
Looking across the table, like, I don't know about this dude.
I know, but he was so sweet. And I remember you guys left. Hey, Bear. And I looked over at Jacob. I'm like, that's it. That's it. Like, I think I texted you. I was like, all right.
Yeah, you were like, he's cool. And I was like, oh, I got the approval. Like, it's like getting like your parents' approval to get like your best friend's approval. You're like, fuck yeah.
I was like the way that he was looking at you and everything else. Like, because like you guys that's when you were really first. Like, like dating.
Yes.
You know,
we were I had just like laid the I got feelings. Like a little bit before that. I was like, I got feelings. He was like,
yeah. Because I remember you texting and being like, oh no. And I was like, oh
no. Yeah, I was like, I'm so nervous. I'm like sweating bullets. All right. Anywho, like life story on Kara.
Yeah, I don't
know.
But like, it pertains to this book because that's how she was doing it. Like her baby daddy's a piece of shit. Oh my God. And like, there's a part.
He is a piece of shit. Like, he makes my baby daddy look pretty decent, you know?
Comparative, yes. I had to think about that first. Cause I was like, was this?
He was a big piece of shit.
He was a piece of shit in his own.
Like, this guy didn't want anything to do with the kid at all. Like, my child's father wants his time.
Yes!
Like, you know, like,
yeah. But, like, this fucking
dude was like,
oh, I was getting heated.
yeah,
And then I was just waiting.
It, like, calls her fat and shit. And, like,
when are you going to go back to working out? You're not looking too hot. And, of course, like, that's dragging her down.
She's postpartum, dude.
It's only
like,
been a year.
Like, it takes a long time to get your body back.
She's going to school.
She's raising a child.
She's roommates with, what's his face? I can't remember his name, but gay.
Yes, and then he has a boyfriend.
Yes.
And they are so funny.
They're so
real
on her side. Loves to take care of Connor when needed.
So
like they're
cute.
so everything, and like she dude's boyfriend wants to move in but can't because she's living there just because of how the apartment's set up. And she feels so bad about it. She's like, I'm just trying to save up. I will be out of your hair. And you guys can live together. He's like, girl,
don't worry about
your
it.
family.
Yeah.
We're going to be together and we just want to make sure that you're taken care of. It's fine. Yeah. I will move in after.
And that's another, like, I was like, oh my God. Like, they're so sweet to
because
her
Rosie,
and Connor.
Rosie doesn't have a family. Now, we should mention that Adam was adopted. We find that out.
Yes, we do find that out this book.
Yeah, Adam's adopted. His parents are, like, he's from the U.S. Obviously, he got on the Vancouver Vipers, so, like, he's there now. Rosie never got adopted. She was in the foster care.
That's right. And they end up like bonding over that a bit.
Yeah. So initially, Rosie takes what's her pupper's name on the hike. Adam's there as well.
They literally have a chance meeting.
Yes.
And it's cute.
And it's all because she was trying to find. She realized because I'm trying to think back. Rosie doesn't like water. Why she doesn't like water is because when she was younger, I think she ended up being in the foster care system when she was 6.
Because
6 to 8, somewhere in there. Her house started an electrical fire. Dad grabbed her, ran out by the pool, like out back.
Yeah.
Stayed here, tried running back in to grab wife.
And she like fell in.
Because the house exploded. Yeah. Parents ended up dying. She got knocked into the pool but had a cover. So she almost drowned.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So like just little tidbits, but she was in the foster care system, and because of her age, she didn't get adopted.
Yeah, and it is a sad story, but like that's just real. Like,
but that's why I fucking love this book, because it is all real stuff. It's so
real, and it was like, I felt this one had like another layer of depth to it. But yeah, so they end up like having their chemistry.
Because she like going to the woods. She's sitting down because her parents and her loved that hiking trail, carved the initials, and she's trying to find the tree.
I know which comes into play at the end of the book.
She was about to give up. She was sitting down next to the tree, kind of almost weeping, and then here comes Bear.
Wolf in the face, just like big old, like, I think he's a golden retriever.
I think so.
Big old happy fluffy dude, and like she meets Adam and she has no idea who this dude is.
She doesn't follow hockey.
She don't know about sports. She don't really watch the TV. Like, she has no idea who this man is.
She's too busy.
Yeah, like, she's got a lot going on. And so, like, I think that's also cool because, like, he's been struggling with all these women that are like,
they know him.
I do know you and I want your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they start, like, going on their little dates, and it's super cute. Like, they open up and like they share those stories, and like
she shares her lunch.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, thanks. And so then the next time he keeps going on this trail to see if she's going to be there, or like see when she's walking, and then he packs lunch. They go by down that little lake river thing, and it's so...
They fall very fast.
Yeah,
like...
except he's a dummy and didn't tell her that this is what he does.
Yeah, and then like all the guys are like, yo, you gotta like tell her.
Yeah.
And so are the girls.
Yeah.
They're all like, you gotta tell her what you do for a job, and he's like, I'll get to it.
He's like, I'm working up to it. It's difficult.
And now, like, it's been so long that, like, it's, like, an issue that he's waited this long.
Yeah.
And so, like...
Because she already has trust issues.
Yes. And...
But it's like, he's told her everything up front of everything else but this.
But it does, like, create a bit of, like, tension in their, like, budding romance, if you will.
He just said that he... works with sports, and so she thought, he's like a trainer.
Yeah, like she had no idea. Like,
and it wasn't until her roommate she finally got like the information and her like the name and stuff. Roommate looks it up and it was like, girl.
Yeah. Like, guess what?
Yeah.
And she's kind of like,
Oh.
Yeah, and like, she doesn't necessarily have like a negative reaction to it,
No.
but more of like, well, why wouldn't he tell me?
Exactly. What are you hiding?
Yeah, like,
That's the
well,
whole
like,
thing.
what else are you hiding? And so, like, it is a little bumpy at that point.
Yeah.
And I believe he's met Connor at this point, too.
Yes, because he took her on a date, but her sun hat stayed in the car because he kind of like stuck it because he wanted to see her again. And so he goes and he dropped her off at home at the apartment, and he was like, okay, he wanted an excuse to come back.
Yep.
Did open up the door, but there's Connor.
Yeah, like, hey.
And of course she's like, oh no, and he just gets down on his knees like, hey buddy.
Yeah, like he like really embraces Connor, and it's sweet, and like there's
and then starts taking them both on play dates.
Yeah,
like,
it's super cute. And there is a moment where like I can't remember, like they go to like pick up Connor. She goes to like pick up Connor from like the dad's house, and Adam's like in the car. And like nobody's there, and they can hear Connor inside crying and shit.
They were on the date, and they're like about to go on the date, and Connor's dad is like, what was it going on? Something was.
I don't know, but it was bad. Like Connor was in the house alone at one point.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember like exactly how that happened. Oh, she had to call in for something happened where they had to call. And she's like, where are you? And he's like, I'm at the bar, which is like down the street.
Yeah, and he's like, but don't worry, like he's in his crib. And like.
But it was a playpen. It was a playpen, and she's like, you left our 1-year-old son home alone. Are you fucking kidding me? And so Adam's like, get in the car, we're going. But
Adam and him have words.
They have more than words.
Yeah, like, and that's when I'm like, they're in love. Because, like, he's standing up for her. He's standing up for Connor, like.
That whole scene, I was waiting for it. And I put down my Kindle. I was like, yes! Because they get in, they beat Dad there. Adam breaks the door down.
Yeah,
they
Adam
get in,
is pissed, dude.
And Connor's screaming, and it's because he tipped over the playpen and he was stuck underneath it.
And dude, that was like, that shit broke my heart.
Oh,
I was like,
that's why I was getting ragey.
I'm gonna kill this baby daddy.
And I loved it too because like she gets him out. That's when baby daddy comes around, and Adam's like, take him into the car.
Yep.
Take him to the truck.
You two go.
She kind of like standing like, oh, let's just go. And Adam like fixes the door, closes it, and just starts, bah, bah, bah. Like,
fuck you, dude. It's great.
He's like, you're never, oh,
and
God.
after this, like, Connor, like, really sees Adam as a dad because he's, like, around all the time and he's doing all these things.
I think it was the first time they met, he's like, Dad. Mm-hmm. And Rosie's like, no.
But, like, he keeps calling him that, and, like, they've had sleepovers at Adam's, and he, like, made a whole room for Connor. And, like, he was like, don't worry, I'll get him, like, some more stuff. And she was like, this is amazing.
Yeah,
like,
she's like, you don't have to
do that. Like, it's just very, like, heartfelt and, like, super cute. Like, I don't know. I loved it. And eventually, like, you know, Rosie goes to a game with the girls.
Yes.
And, like, gets her shout out, too. And, like, you know, then, like, the press is kind of aware of their situation.
And, like, Adam really tries to be private, and so he's like, don't fucking worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whatever. And then, but it finally, once it does progress. No. And when it does progress, and, like, he's fully open, like, yes, they're together, like, that's his woman, that's his kid, things like that. Like, yes. When they get the jerseys, and Connor's wearing the little jersey with his number, like.
Oh, it's so cute. Well, like,
God.
It's just, like, so it's, you know, it's a ride with them, and it's sweet. Like, Adam ends up moving her in.
Yeah, he's like, so when are you just staying?
Yeah, like, come on, babe, just stay. It's very sweet. And, you know, Courtney tries to, like, blow up the relationship, too, at one point. And, like, that's a bumpy ride. But it's just very, like, real. It had, like, such a different layer of emotions to it. Underneath, like, the romance, and it was still funny.
You know, and I love, there was that whole scene, they were at the bar, and Rosie's there with Adam, and Courtney kind of confronts her and trying to put her down.
Yes.
Goes to the bathroom, and then she's hearing talk or whatever, and then Courtney's friend comes out and tries to hit on Adam, like, hey, what are you doing? Let's go.
Like,
right in front.
Up,
yes, and Adam's like, absolutely not. You know?
Yep.
But then Rosie comes out, sees all this, and Rosie finally, like, full on stands up for herself. And it's like,
a great
bye.
moment. Yes. It's great. I was like, yes, girl.
I love it. She, like, really comes to terms with, because another little tension between them is the fact that he was adopted young, loving family, all this other stuff. She wasn't. So she kind of had, like, a jealousy about that, like an issue. Not like an issue, but, like, you know, the jealous type of moment of, like, well, why wasn't I? So she had a lot to kind of work on in that front, like, too.
She really had a lot to process. Yeah. It was a huge step for both of them after their previous relationship.
Yeah.
So,
and then Adam also puts a lot of time into this foster care system, like that home. So, like, in this
we learn about that through all the books, because all the hockey players do it. And
exactly. It's like, he gets them all in. They do fundraisers, everything. And then there's this one little girl, Lily.
I think that's her name,
Lily,
that he's, like, basically obsessed with, and, like, she's obsessed with him.
Well, and she's so quiet and nervous around all the other kids, and so but Adam, I want to say Adam's, like, the biggest one out of all the dudes. Like,
he's pretty big dude. I mean,
goalies, man,
they're all big dudes.
But, like, she likes to, like, just come and hang out with him and everything, and they just fall in love. And so when Rosie comes to the foster care and, like, starts seeing that,
then she's like, done. Just done. Just my ovaries are screaming.
Yes. And so when they do move in and they have a, like, full-on conversation, she cannot get Lily out of her brain. She's like, I want to try to foster. How would you feel? And he's like, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So,
let's do it. They have their own family.
A few months later, they're able to foster. They get in, and then they set it up of, like, they were able to actually, like, adopt her. Tears.
Great ending.
Crying.
The one thing.
Well, then they find out that she's pregnant.
Yeah, I was gonna say, then we find out she's pregnant, and it's like, I think that's in, like, the epilogue. But, dude, okay, we forgot to even cover that, like, Adam's not telling the team.
Oh, that's right.
About the girl for a long time, but they know he's talking to someone because he's, like, texting and, like, smiling.
Yes.
Like, who are you talking to? And so they kind of... it's
Emmett and Jackson.
Emmett and Jackson kind of find out who she is and where she works. So they put on, like, fake mustaches and shit and, like, go in and, like...
We're here to look at cats.
Yeah, and he's like, thanks, Rosie. And she's like... How does he know my name?
And then, like, Emmett's mustache starts
like falling off, and they find that's where Jackson finds Mittens.
No, Snowball.
Snowball. Yeah. He finds Snowball there, and he ends up, like, getting the cat.
Yes.
And then they're like, mustaches falling off. They're like, gotta go, bye!
Right.
And it's just, like, a comical situation.
She's like, okay.
And then when she meets them, she's like,
mustaches look better.
Yeah, like, okay. I see you guys.
But I love that the guys, when they find out,
they're super supportive, but they're like, you need to tell your girl what your job is. Like, you need to be upfront with her.
Because, like, the season was almost over. He was going to be gone for a month, I think, to, like, go...
Maybe home?
No, for, like, training. Like, the whole, like, training.
Yes, okay.
Because, like, they get time off, but then they have to go into the training for the next season.
Yeah, okay.
But, like, Adam's... And he's just such a great guy, because then, like, at the end, I think it was an epilogue, like, he goes to propose, but he sets it all up to where they find he finds the tree, so they carve in their family's initials.
Yes, and, like,
he plants was it tulips or peonies or something like that?
I think it's tulips.
Yeah, like, he plants one around the tree, but also at his home.
He starts doing these things
because he bought a house. He's like, this is where we're gonna live. This is ours.
Yeah, like, this is our house. And
make sure it's all taken care of.
He is ultimate book boyfriend.
Honestly,
like, dude,
give me a man like this.
Oh,
like,
my gosh, like,
I think that's why I loved this book so much, because it's just so heartwarming and
and it was just emotional, and it was sweet, and it was like, oh no, like, there's things happening, and then you're back to, like, oh yes.
And the fact that he was so sweet with her when because she hasn't had sex
since
baby daddy, and then she's never really had an orgasm ever. And so when Adam finds this out, she's like, what? And so he takes her
I'm gonna
time,
fix that.
everything, but, oh my God, when she's telling her roommate, she's telling,
me just leaking coffee.
when she's telling the roommate, like, I haven't been with anyone, like, I don't know what to do anymore, like, things like that. And he's like, you don't have a toy? And she's like, no, I don't have a toy. I have a Connors in the room.
Yes, so he orders her one.
He buys 7?
Yeah, like multiple. I don't know why, but like, what a good friend.
Right?
You know, like.
But the best part is, like, they show up. He's like, oh yeah, they're downstairs. I'm going to go grab them. And so he's like, okay. But Connor shows up with
Adam
shows up.
And he's like, oh, I'm going to take these up because, like, they're for her apartment.
But then they kind of meet together, and he's like, so...
The box is vibrating?
She's like, oh my God!
Yeah, like, the amount of, like, sex toy mishaps in these books are just fabulous. Like, again, they're really funny. Like, they're lighthearted, and then you have, like, these, like, deep emotions and conversations, and then, like, she picks you back up and, like, brings you back to lighthearted.
And I want to say that when she finds out she's pregnant, like, total accident. They weren't trying. And, like, I want to say she was on birth control.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things, like,
it was meant to be.
But, like,
it was meant to be, though.
And, like, his family loves her, and she's so happy because to her, she feels like she's found a family with the team, with the
girls. Like, they make a group text with her. They accept her fully, too.
Isn't this the one where they start the book club with Hank?
It might be.
Because they go downstairs, or like whoever's house it was, they go down. I think it was Carter's.
It's Carter's house. Carter and Liv.
Because Hank is blind, they have to do the audiobook. So they're downstairs having fun, listening to audio.
Yes.
On all the speakers. And then the boys come in like, what
are you guys listening to?
And so like she's getting wrapped up in all that too.
Yeah,
like,
and it was sweet. Like, this book for me, it's like 5 out of 5.
Oh, 100%.
Could, like, give it a 10 out of 5 if I could. Like, this is...
Connor and Ireland become, like, best
buddies. Like, and you kind of, like, see Ireland. Like, this is where I think, like, we see her in bubble wrap.
Yeah.
You know, like... So you kind of, like, see through the books as, like, things progress with, like, the whole friend group. And I love that Becca did that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like... just this person, just like the whole group is there and you know bits and pieces about them, but then you have the book that's solely focused on that person. But the background players are still there because they're part of the family. They're one big family, and it's like, it's the cutest thing ever.
Yeah,
so
I loved it. It's 5 out of 5 across the board.
5 out of 5
Absolutely.
for me. Would recommend.
Yeah.
It's gonna go in my cart. I'm gonna just buy the series. I know I said that last time, but I'm gonna do it today. So, but yeah, and we'll be back with the 4th one out of the series, which is
Jackson.
Fall With Me, Jackson.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm pretty sure there will be a 5th book on Emmett, and it's just not out yet.
Yeah, she's got it, because, like, how are we not going to have anything with Kara and Emmett?
Yeah, because it's detailed.
This is one where, with Rosie finding out that she was pregnant by accident and whatnot. This is where Kara and Emmett are trying to have a kid. And so she didn't even want to bring it up because she felt bad.
Because they're having, like, some, like, infertility issues, or fertility issues, rather. And, like, so she didn't want to be, like, super excited about it, but it's also, like, you gotta enjoy your life too,
and that's, like, what Kara was saying. Like, I'm here for you. I'm happy. Like, it's okay.
Yeah. So I, like, need a book on them. I'm pretty sure Becca Mack is gonna do that.
Yeah.
But, like, I'll look it up and I will find out for next episode. How's that?
Yes. Because I need it. I want to know. I want to know how Emmett and Kara got together.
Me too.
Because I'm like, because it just feels like Emmett is just, like, such a go-lucky guy. Like,
I'm like go-lucky, but, like, quiet and just, like, and Kara can be a bit intense. So it's like
a bit intense,
depending on, like, the moments.
This is
right.
True.
So, like,
I love that all the boys are like, she will have your balls.
Yeah, like, all the guys are terrified of her, and it's my favorite thing.
Like, don't let me. I will sick Kara on you. And Kara always has, like, all the tea, too. And they're like, Emmett.
She holds all the secrets. Yeah. She always knows everything. Like, she knew about Adam and Rosie, like, too. Like, she was, like, well aware before the boys were that Adam was talking to someone. She was like, I know. And he was like, bitch, what?
I just love it because then all the boys look at Emmett, and Emmett's like, you think I can hold a secret from her?
No. Sure can't. She's going to pull that shit out of me.
He is wrapped around her finger.
It's so cute. That's why I'm like, I need a book on them too. All right, well, we'll be back with Jackson next week. And, Yeah, and then we'll do a horror book, and then we'll do another series.
Yeah.
So.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
See you next week.
Happy spring, bitches.
It is, isn't it?
Did you see the, did I send you that spring Halloween or summer Halloween? And it's like, I don't know, you get like watermelons, but you like carve them up like jack-o'-lanterns and have like a spooky summer party. We're going to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. On that note.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Oh, my millennial me.